Hey people, welcome to another episode of Redneck Gardening, where I'm going to show you how to take some wild blueberry cuttings and get them rooted. After my huckleberries had all finished up, wild blueberry, these other wild blueberries come in. This is June now, and they're a little bigger. I don't think they're as tasty, but they coming in a lot thicker. And yesterday I was out here grabbing some of this pine straw, put around my plants, and I run into this blueberry here. This looks like these old Mississippi blueberries. They're a lot bigger. I ate all the blue ones yesterday. Maybe some of these are ripened today. And I didn't notice it when I was cutting back these pines on the power line in the winter. I didn't realize what it was. But it's got a bunch of new growth coming up on it. And I'm going to cut some of this off because this is off in a bad spot. But I'm going to cut some of this off and see if I can get it to take root and put it out front where it can get more light. But they love this pine forest. They love the acid. And I removed one of these pine trees. I'm going to remove one more so I can get more light to it. And I'm going to take some cuttings off of some of this new growth. It's got a lot of it on it. I encouraged it when I was cleaning this last year. I cut this off, and this encouraged all this new growth coming. And I'm going to put these in some soil. These are optimum for rooting, so I'm going to do them a little different than I did them lemons the other day. I got some of this sandy soil. It's up here. They grow real good in. And I'm not going to add potting soil. I don't want them to grow. I just want them to want to take root. I'm not trying to make it start growing yet. Just take root. So I just cut these all off about 6 inches and about 45 degrees, close to a node like that, going from the node side and up. And now I'm gonna rub these leaves off. I'm just gonna leave 2 or 3 leaves on the top maybe, and poke them all down in this sandy soil. Just a couple inches down there. And so these tops that are more tender, they're most apt to take. I'm not expecting all of them to take. I'm going to give many of them a shot. I'm going to water these down good. And then I'm going to put it in a bucket. And I'm going to add this old microwave top to it to make a terrarium. And I'm going to put them in the porch away from direct sunlight. I'm going to add much water and make sure that sand's all saturated good. I'll let them sit in the water for a while, see if any of that sand wants to suck any of that water up. And I'm going to put these over here on the west side of this building where it got a large overhang and hardly gets any sun. And I'm going to put this plate on top of there and it'll make like a little terrarium. I don't have a plate for that one. I'll put a piece of glass on it like that, and that'll seal that up, keep the moisture in. And then I'll take this piece of skylight here, and I'll put a couple of these here just to make sure it doesn't get any direct sunlight. I'll just lean them up like that. Maybe put a tool on top of it, make sure the wind doesn't blow those over. But this is the beginning of June. This is optimum time to get those cuttings off of here with that new growth. You know, before it starts turning brown like that. You want this green growth. It's still tender. And so in about 2 months, those will be ready for some pot and soil and some pots. Take about 2 months before they get some roots. And I'll spread these blueberries. And I got these wild huckleberries and blueberries growing all around here. They love the soil. But this is the best one. It puts out the biggest berries. And I believe I'm going to let it take over. Put it out where the others are growing and remove them. And it's been about 3 days. I'm going to come out here a couple times a week just to make sure it's moist. I can see some moisture on the glass there. And they're all looking good in there. I see a little moisture there. I just want it to wick up from the bottom. And they're looking healthy. They look like they're all going to make it. I picked up this old drainage tube, like about a 2-foot pipe at a subdivision. It's double walled. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut it down in about 2-foot sections and get some raised gardens. Maybe put my cabbage up in there so the neighbor's goat won't to eat my cabbage. It's a 2-foot pipe. I think that'd make a good little raised gardens, about 3 of them. It's all double walled. It cuts fairly easy if you cut it in the low. You have double walls here. You see how it's got it smooth inside. So 2-foot this is gonna make me a raised bed to put peppers in. Keep the rabbits from eating the peppers. And I took this other 4-foot section. I made a stand for this overflow drum. That's a roll-up door rolled up to stand this 55-gallon drum. And as that gutter fills it up, when it fills up, it overflows there into this one. And then when that one fills up, it'll overflow into this drum here. So I always have plenty of rainwater for my garden. But I'm going to get a pepper put off in this, and then it's going to be time to get this corn. It's all dried up all the way. It's due. I went by my sister's, and my brother-in-law's garden's doing super. He's got chickens. So I loaded up a bag of chicken shit. He didn't even plant his garden. He just raked all his chicken shit out and put it in a garden, fenced it up, and he's got corn, tomatoes, everything coming out of chicken shit. He didn't have to plant anything. And my castor's starting to seed. This is July 12th, I think. So I'll have some dog ticks off of that. But I'm going to fill this on up some more because it's going to settle down. And I got a golden pepper that I started from seed. I'm going to put off in here. And pepper's a tough customer to start from seed in the garden. You want to start them mostly in the greenhouse. I got maybe 1 out of 10 that I tried in the garden to come up. You want to start them in the greenhouse. They require a lot of care. And you got to let them get big enough before you put them out in the garden. And you probably want to protect them because everything loves them. They're real tasty. I got that watered in good. I'm going to put some pine straw mulch around there. Then I'm going to drive 3 stakes in here. And that's just in case it gets too hot around midday, 12 to 2, 3. The leaves start to wilt. And I'll just set this skylight on top of here. So that way it'll get those growing hours in. You know, when its leaves are wilting, it's not growing. And that way it'll give it several more growing hours during the day that it usually wouldn't. So I just had a good rain. It's been about 10 days. And my watermelons, they don't like the rain much. They crawled up here to lay the watermelon out. This one here climbed up on the fence. He surely didn't want to get wet. I don't know how big he's going to get before he tries to pull the vine down. But you can see it just rained, and it looks like a bunch more are going to start coming in. You can see some more over here growing up on the fence. And it's been about a week, and I see that moisture on the glass. They're still doing good in there. And it looks like all those are going to take. And it looks like all those are going to take too. The leaves aren't even wilting down yet. So it looked like everything enjoyed that rain, and that's this episode of Redneck Gardening. Good day.